Over the 2 days?
Over the 2 full days.
Oh, I can start. I've got my list.
You got your list on?
Yeah.
Okay, and tell us a little bit of color for each one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen over 150 companies. I saw every single company out in the demo pit and all of the companies here. So when you see 150, a few of them stand out.
Okay.
Day one, best technology, Space Monkey. It's Napster meets Dropbox for $10 a month. It's killer. Business model, best business model, all tuition. That's the one that did the finding the financial aid and student loans. 20 million students. If just 5% of college students do this, that's 1 million students times $89. They could do $90 million in the first year. Investment thesis. When I invest, I look at 4 things: mobile, social, local, games. If I see 2 of those in one company, I'm interested. If I see 3, I'm all over it. And if it's all 4, I'm all in. So in that category, Tap Labs, the mobile game, it hit 3 out of the 4, so I like it a lot. Sure bet to make money. First day was The Complete Me. That's the Match.com dating service. It's not rocket science, but you can make a lot of money doing it.
And the founder has a pretty good pedigree, having
that guy
banged his head against the wall at Match.com.
He knows this business.
Yeah.
Best presentation, suspicious behavior.
Yeah.
That girl just knocked it. She was great. Day 2, best design, Minbox. That's the one that did the visual relook of email. Terrific job. Could be interesting. Best business model in the second day, AppStack. That was the one that was the mobile app templates for pizzas and hair salons and all that kind of stuff. It looks low tech, but the numbers behind it are amazing. They can go to many, many different verticals and make a lot of money. For the investment thesis, the mobile, social, location, games. Now this is just me, so other people probably don't think this way. SnapTat, they went after one vertical. That was the tattoos. But again, they can replicate that over 30 or 40 different verticals and do really, really well. The sure bet to make money, virtual gaming world. That's a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. Unfortunately, you can't do it in the US, but maybe yet, exactly. So if I were them, I would go full bore on doing it worldwide, introduce a legal no-money game in the US to build audience, and then when it's legal, flip it on, and they're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Seems to have worked so far for Zynga.
Yeah.
Any others? That's a lot.
So 2 more. The version 2.0 company, License 123, hands down, great company, great business. That was the one, in case you don't remember, it was how to get licenses and permits for your company. You pay $10 and you're in business. And best presentation on day 2, Hanukkah, the family memory book.
Yeah, great.
That's it.
Who wants to go next with their favorites? Mark, go ahead.
Sure. So I tend to analyze startups by the frictions that they're removing. I sort of grade them on that.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why when you started with all tuition, it's like it took all of the friction. I remember 30 years ago filling out all of these forms to get financial aid, and bam, all of the friction was gone. It's like, everything that was hard is really easy. I loved you Rocket because it's removed the friction from finding things. I mean, I think they still have a little hardware engineering, but I really loved it for that. License 123. Oh my God, that's going to be here. I mean, I think that is probably going to be the monster that comes out of this. I mean, even if it doesn't win, it's going to be the monster. Trust Egg, the same thing. For setting up a trust fund, no friction at all. AppStack, no friction at all. Creating mobile websites for local businesses. Captricity, every document that we have in the world that's been hard to stick in, bam, right in. Now, the one company that I think removes too much friction, VGM.
Yes.
I am an Australian citizen. Australia has the highest rates of gambling addiction in the world. We gamble more per dollar than any other country in the world. It is a scourge. So I just want to warn everyone that there are dangers about making gambling too accessible.
Right.
And then finally, I guess I'm the contrarian here. While I think Space Monkey is really cool technology, I also think that there are enormous security and liability issues that are opened up by it. And I think we really need to have very clear indications of how those are being dealt with before we can all go all in on it.
Great. Wow, what an amazing summary. Gigi, what are your thoughts?
I'll go. I think it's, you know, I don't want to repeat the other judges and these judges, but I do think that, you know, some of these are pretty obvious, it's like license 1, 2, 3 and Captricity and AppStack. I'd like to definitely give a shout out for best presentation again to the woman who did that suspicious behavior. She really knew it and she really had passion and she was really energetic.
But that product was, the product was, to be fair, a little bit raw.
It needs
but
to be
you
developed,
saw the passion. Yeah.
Just on presentation, I thought she really nailed it.
Yeah.
I'd actually, so to move away what I think are going to be sort of the common themes here, I did want to give sort of the diamond in the rough. I thought copper had great potential. And again, maybe a bit raw, and I think Hadza had great potential.
Awesome.
So trying to move away from the sort of the obvious favorites. But probably my favorite was Alahar Mobile. Yeah. I think Alahar, you know, it's behavior analytics, and I don't think they got into the description of what behavior analytics are all about, and the predictive capabilities and what you can do with that data. And that's a platform that I can see so many developers writing to, and so that was a favorite.
It was almost, we saw two shades of Minority Report here.
I see you raise the roof out there. I'm getting the...
Yeah, Aloha was very much, you know, pre-cogs, where are you going to be? They can tell where you're going to be based on your previous behavior. And then we also saw controlling the web with, what was the name of that company?
You can think about...
Zigfu, right?
You can think about changes in behavior, like we were just talking about this. You have some elderly parents, suddenly they're not doing the same things. What's going on? Yeah. You can look at, I go to Starbucks every day, all of a sudden I'm getting a Pete's Coffee coupon. I mean, there's just so many things. It's just, I think it potentially explosive.
Right, and New Air, which won the Technology Award last year, was sort of one version of that, where it used all the sensors on the phone to be able to sort of figure out where you were and what you were doing.
Yeah. Right, and so we're seeing a theme year after year, location getting more refined, and actually going from tool sets to actually manifesting itself in real products. Thomas, thank you so much. I know you're very busy with AngelPad. You spent 2 days here, very generous of your time.
I've got one more.
Oh, one more, yes, Sheesh.
Best hair? Budge.
Budge with the best hair, yes, clearly. Thomas, your favorite?
So first, if you've ever wondered what it takes to be a really big shot at Google, it's meeting 180 companies in one day and evaluating all of them and have a full summary on one page. That's pretty impressive. It's a hard act to follow, very hard act to follow.
And so when you brief Sergey and Larry on this,
that's
Thomas.
impressive. So I have, you know, a lot of the ones that have been set for the later stage I liked a lot too. For my purposes on the very, very early stage, mostly pre-funding, I quite liked Trust Egg. I feel like the team had a very deep understanding of the problem. It is a very difficult problem to set up a trust for a child, to put money in, lots of regulation. It is done tens of thousands of times today already. So anytime someone reduces friction and scales it, interesting. Minibox, Minibox. So that was the alternative email. I'm not sure if I would want to switch over, but just seeing the UI talent in that team, I don't really care what they build. They're going to build something amazing because that was a fantastic UI, and that is probably, apart from developers and great developers, that is the other hardest thing to get in a team is amazing UX. One team that hasn't been mentioned at all is that I liked, or the hypothesis they had I liked was Tolk, the translation, both machine translation, crowdsourced translation, and professional translation. I've seen it at Google in the early days when we translated AdWords and all these languages. It was very difficult to doing very professionally. It is very poor doing automatically. Somewhere in between there's a world where translation should be easier, more accessible, faster. Maybe these guys would be the one to solve it. Just kind of going down the list in no particular order. Gonna be, I didn't like the business so much, but again, I kind of liked some of the hypothesis, and I would have to peel back the layers of what they really want to do, because just another app doing this for check-ins, why or whatever. I've actually forgot what they did.
What happens when Foursquare allows you to say where you're going tonight? What happens to Gonna Be? Yes. What happens to Up To? I guess is the big question. Can they get a foothold
Exactly.
And what does even that foothold mean?
Yeah. So the team presented really well, and at the end of the day, what was said early in the last panel, whatever you think you'll be building at the earliest stage, I kind of discard mostly. It's the vision that you have and the leadership and the founding team that you have. So I like that team for that reason. I can't read my own handwriting there. The complete me, once you have someone who has such a deep understanding of this, has done this for years and years, dating, I'm not attracted to dating as a business whatsoever. But that one kind of caught my attention. I was like, there's someone that understands what he's doing.
Perhaps Minbox, the design of Minbox with the vision of the complete me becomes a real player. You had raw vision and technology in one company, and then raw design and just massive talent there. Putting those together, you might be able to actually have a really impactful company.
Absolutely. I mean, anyone that, I think there's a lot of founders in the audience. If you walk around, you see great stuff. Merging companies early on, joining forces, it's a great thing. It really gives you way more resources. There's going to be, 2 or 3 out of all these companies that are, in the room that presented today. They're going to be great companies. And rather than waiting that they have all the money and all the traction to attract and, give people like 0.25% equity after their first $10 million round or so, join forces early if you like people. There's nothing wrong with.
Any other companies on your list?
Sorry.
Finish up. quickly.
Got it. The Robin the Siri for Android, I thought it was an impressive demo. I would have to take a look at it more. And then there was the scanning, crowdsourcing.
Captricity.
Yes, Captricity I like quite well as well. And then literally all the other ones except for the gaming. I don't do gaming. I don't do music.
Yeah.
I really don't do dating. So.
Yeah. Why gaming and music? I understand what a disaster of an investment category that's been. But why not gaming? What a tremendous business that's become.
It's just. I invest in things I understand. I don't understand music. I barely own music. And gaming, I don't game.
Got it. Tim, did you have some favorites?
Yeah, I did.
And you put up a prize as well, $50,000. So just to make a note, yeah.
There's a couple, and a lot of them are my comments. I don't want to sit up here and echo the other judges, but
no, please. If you have ones that are similar, say you agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the most interesting ones to me that speaks to me on a daily basis is local motion. So I work at VMware now, and we have one of the biggest campuses in Palo Alto, and we keep expanding it, like over 100 acres. And we have these little funky golf carts that go over speed bumps, and it becomes a game of how quick we can destroy them. So I think that is a great fit. I also.
So you're saying you would recommend VMware start a contract with Locomotion?
Yeah, we should definitely do a pilot.
So you'll definitely set up that meeting for them.
In fact, I think there might be some VMware employees who are already invested in it. So I think it's a good opportunity. I actually think Trigger.io was really interesting to me if they focus that platform. And what I think a lot of people are missing, instead of building a general platform, if they focused on a specific audience, which is internal enterprise application developers. So these are staffs of 20 to 50 app developers at large companies who are not always the most technically savvy on the latest platforms, but most of the time they do not understand mobile at all, and their #1 request from their internal employees is mobile applications.
So go enterprise.
I would go enterprise, specifically focused on enabling like really quick situational applications.
You're not going to get someone like Path to develop anything but native applications. It's a little bit ridiculous.
Exactly. So I think you really narrow focus on that, and it's actually a huge market for them. It's just kind of an unknown one in the valley. I also think PunchTab has an incredible opportunity. I think loyalty is a little difficult, but I think if they really look hard at that gift-gaff model, which works in the UK for that SIM card platform, it could completely change sales, marketing, and support for subscription businesses. And I talked to a lot of other fellow founders who run SaaS apps, and it would completely change their overhead and how they operate. I think finally, Captricity is really interesting. I mean, I work in a large enterprise now, and I deal with the service layer of our company that is slow to respond in many ways due to all the friction with paper forms. So that would be, I think, an instant hit. I'm really, really positive on that.
Okay, Jay, what are your favorites?
So I think the 3 safe/sure bets would be Captricity, 15.5, and Black Locust.
15.5 you liked a lot. 15 minutes to fill out your report, 5 minutes to review it.
Yep.
Black Locust, have your SKUs benchmarked against other people's and automatically or manually change the price. And what was the other one?
Captricity.
And Captricity take reams of data and instantly mechanical Turk them.
So I think there are 3 obvious businesses there that will grow, and all 3 teams seem very strong.
Do you have a diamond in the rough? I really want to get everybody's diamond in the rough so other people can think about that. Jay, do you have a diamond in the rough or just keep going down your list?
Let me keep going. Let me think about that as. The scooter, I think, is very interesting. Torn on it. And the one I hate but would invest is UFunder.
Here's which one?
And UFunder, because if I can't beat them, join them. And I
you
think
mean crowdfunder?
Crowdfunder, I'm sorry, yes.
Yes.
So I think that I
Do you
hate
think
it.
that crowdfunding is actually going to disrupt the angel or venture business? Or do you think it's just going to create, like even more Y Combinator-like buzzy $25,000 activity?
Has AngelList done it?
I would say AngelList has disrupted the venture business on the early end.
Yeah, so I think this could continue to do that, and I think right now with the Facebook IPO and how hot this whole industry is the amount of people that I know calling up saying, "Hey, can you get me into this deal? I want to put 10 or 15,000 bucks into it."
So do you think
is a sign that,
as my grandmother would say, rest in peace, it's going to end in tears? People are going to start investing, and then it's going to be, I think so. I think
well, hopefully though there is, I understand the point of, why can anyone walk into a casino and put 10 grand down and lose that? And I think that's a really strong argument on one end, but hopefully if this regulation does get passed, there are controls, there are limits on doing it, and and as long as entrepreneurs are legitimate and we don't have a lot of fraud, I think a lot of us are waiting for the first company that gets funded and the CEO runs.
People are waiting for that on Kickstarter. I don't know, to my knowledge, Kickstarter has not had that problem, but I know Kickstarter is absolutely paranoid about somebody raising $100,000 and never delivering the film.
And I think also, though, the difference is you do something on Kickstarter or Indiegogo is you've kind of kissed that money goodbye in a lot of ways, right? Where you've made a donation, the money's gone. Here you're doing this with the expectation the money isn't gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the example I kind of use is Lending Club, where, I make loans on it. There's nothing more that pisses me off when I make a loan and someone makes one payment and never makes a payment again. It's obvious fraud, right? So I think, if you start to see that on a platform like this, it'll be
Any others?
quite.
Any others?
Those are the ones. The diamond in the rough, I would say, would be the reporting of the neighborhood crime. I don't remember the name of it. But
that's suspicious behavior.
There we go. I think
Diamond in the rough.
that is,
Absolutely. We may have to come up with a new award this year, Diamond in the Rough. I like that. Who came up with that? Zhige. I think that'll be the Zhige Award. I like it.
I prefer diamond in the rough.
Yeah, okay. Yes, you're a diamond in the rough?
No, 2 more things before we end. First of all, I've been honored to be a judge here for 5 years doing these things.
Big round of applause for Don Dodge for 5 years of loyalty across 2 companies.
So I see at least 500 startups a year doing this kind of thing. I'm going to be a judge at South by Southwest tomorrow. You have raised the bar. These companies are amazing.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Second, $1 million.
Wow.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
No one else could do that. No one, except for Jason. So, round of applause.
You just want to be a judge next year. Oh, yeah. Are we done with Diamond in the Rough?
Thanks. Appreciate that. Thank you. That's very nice. And I'll be honest, it's a team effort. And last year when we did the first launch conference, and we were trying to recover from sort of the boondoggle of the breakup and everything, I could not sleep for months. And my wife said, "Is this worth it?" And I told her, "I don't know."
It was.
And I told her last year, "I don't know if this is worth it." And then this year, we were about 2 months out, and I started to have those sleepless nights again. And I'm not the kind of guy who gets nervous about things. But I remember talking to Gij and, and my team, and I said, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off. This might have to be the last year, because I don't know if I can put myself through this every year of trying to get the momentum. And then something happened where everybody got behind the event just all at once. And really, I have to say, the sponsors, it's a great segue, because Microsoft and Bing, Wilson Sonsini, Symantec, Charles River, SurveyMonkey Box tagged topics: Silicon Valley Bank, Second Market Trada, Sequoia, MailChimp, Venture, News Corp, Extreme Labs, Alcova, Ticket Lead, Product Dev, Vegas Tech, Tony Hsieh's, Yammer, TechStars, Bernstein, and Comcast. I basically went to each of these companies and said, hat in hand, please, this event is important. And every single one of them said immediately, on the spot, we'll support the event. And so really, I want to give a big round of applause to these sponsors. It cost $500,000 to put this event on. $500,000. And we had $150,000 in sponsorship 10 weeks ago. And I was shitting my pants that I was going to lose $300,000. And sure enough, we broke even and even paid for the staff. And that's always our goal. We only will ever break even on this event. We're not trying to make a profit. Anything we make, we're going to pour back into it. And I gave away about 500 tickets to this event for $1 to aspiring entrepreneurs. And we also took the demo, because of the sponsorship, the demo pit tables. When we started the event years ago, it was $3,000. Then it went down to $1,500. And this year, we went to $500. And it costs $1,500 per company to set up those tables between their space and the $100,000 in Wi-Fi. And actually, I'm hoping next year that we're going to be able to give away 1,000 tickets to founders for free, and then give away all the tickets. I'm going to try to get the $500 down to zero and make it 100% just. It is merit-based, but really get all the costs out of it. And I need sponsors to, take that leap of faith every year and make that commitment. So, all right. So we're about an hour ahead of schedule, which is awesome. We were supposed to start the award ceremony at 7:30. We're going to start it at 6:30 in here. I think the drinks are all set up where lunch is. Everybody go have a drink. Anybody who's on the grand jury or giving a prize needs to go backstage to the judging area, grand jury, etc. Let me take a moment also to thank Tyler Crowley. For the first couple of years, Tyler would come with me to do the rehearsals and just sit there and help me with technical issues and scheduling. And then somewhere around this third year, he started to give advice to folks. And then this year, he did the rehearsals with the companies for 50% of the time, and I just came in and did the sort of little final polish with them. He has become a master at helping companies get prepared for stage, and he also has become a great entrepreneur in his own right. And he no longer works for me. He's actually CEO of his own company, Squeal, which is also raising a $500,000 angel round. Just a little plug there, which I'm hoping I can be the first investor in. So just a big round of applause for Tyler and all the effort he puts in with the companies. We'll see you all in 1 hour, and in 1 hour we're going to give away $1 million.
David Cohen.
Hold on, everybody stay in the room. David Cohen has to leave. David Cohen is going to pick the winner of the TechStars Award. David, where are you? Holy cow, this is exciting. Where's Dave Cohen? Okay, now Dave, you have a first place winner and a second place, third place backup? Or just the first place? Do you have a second place? You got no backup. Now,
no backup
do we know that the company is going to accept?
No,
we don't.
Let's just try it.
That's a big risk because they may have raised money. They're going to accept it? We don't know? You know they will accept it?
Kidding. They're going to. Yeah.
We don't know?
They're good.
Oh, God, this is so...
out, I got this.
I'm kind of freaked out.
Don't worry.
All right. So now, just to be clear, this company will get accepted into one of the 5 cities that TechStar runs.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've ever done it. And there were a lot of people on your team who weren't sure if you should do this.
Yep.
It was a big debate internally if you could trust essentially my filtering to get you down to one company that would be worth getting in there.
Yeah, exactly. But we knew you would have amazing companies. I work with you on Open Angel Forum.
Yes.
We've done some stuff together. I knew you would do this at quality, which you did an amazing job with.
Thank you.
So I was not not the least bit worried about it once we thought about it.
And so
it's new for us.
$118,000 is what this company gets on day one of TechStars.
118. Yep.
$118,000 you're about to give to somebody.
Yep.
118.
Yep.
Okay, let's give it to somebody. Who is the winner?
So this is a company that I was pretty blown away by the potential of their idea. It's
right into the microphone.
pretty raw, pretty early.
Pretty raw and pretty early.
Yeah, which I love. It's
you
what I
like
do.
that. That's what TechStars is about.
Love it. The company is one I was actually up here as a judge for.
Okay, we've narrowed it down to 1/4 of them.
It is Minbox.
Minbox, wow. $118,000. Where is the Minbox? Are you guys going to do it? You're going to do it?
Awesome.
I'm so happy for you guys. You were a last minute.
Yes.
You were last minute.
Yes. Where's Mike, by the way? Sorry, my co-founder.
Yeah, your co-founder.
Where's he at?
Mike,
come on up.
And how did you wind up at the event? I believe you met Tyler Crowley at some point. How did you wind up getting into the event?
So we actually came in second place at a startup weekend in Toronto for a completely different product. And Kieran liked it, and we had a phone conversation with her and was telling her about what we wanted to do. And she accepted it on the spot. This was in late November. So
late November.
Yeah, we started early December, and since then we've pivoted about 4 or 5 times. We actually made one major change about 2 weeks ago. I told Tyler about it, changed our pitch. So it's all been pretty crazy for the last little while.
And the product has gotten so advanced right now. And let me just say number one, congratulations.
Thank you.
Big round of applause for
Thanks,
Minbox.
Guys. Thank you.
Are you guys first-time entrepreneurs, or is this your second company? How many times have you done this?
This is our second company. So first company was Penzu.com, and that's a profitable company with almost 500,000 users. So this is our second try. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, David. Clearly, in the gaming of the launch festival right now, you did a brilliant move, which was, by picking the company and running up here first and doing it, you've absolutely screwed Thomas out of his favorite company. You would have accepted these guys to AngelPad.
Well, I guess they already accepted TechStars, so you beat me to that one, David. But you are right here on the list.
You want to add a couple 100,000 to it, maybe? No.
Wait, hold on a second here. Now,
I work for these guys. I'm working for these guys.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Thomas, would you commit $200,000 to try to get Minbox to join AngelPad? Yes or no? Let's see. Would you go 200?
So, TechStars and AngelPad, we run very distinct programs. We're not investor-like, just giving money. So I think if you do choose one of those programs, you actually have to stick to it. It's commitment to be there. It's commitment to get these mentorships, and it is. And I wouldn't up the money. The money I'm giving is not all my money. So
yeah. Okay.
But you chose a great place.
Awesome. Very magnanimous. Let's hear it once again for Minbox. Congratulations on winning $118,000. And most of all, the mentorship. What city are you going to go to?
We're thinking about New York. So when you sent out, so when he sent out originally, he asked us if we joined TechStars, and it was to Boulder, and we weren't sure. But I didn't know there were other cities, and now that and once I found out, it made it a little bit easier. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm going to have to do a last-minute pitch, okay? So you already did say yes, but you haven't signed the documents, and right, the deal is not done until the money's in the bank.
The money's I already transferred the money. Sorry.
It's already done?
Yeah.
It's done.
Well, the added benefit of being at AngelPad is that you would actually join the class that is, I guess I should just stop talking, that has started on Friday.
Hold it. Too late, they got the check. Okay, there you go. Too late, the check has been signed. Can we get some photos over here? Awesome. The first 100,000 of the million. Hold on, let me borrow this pen. Here you go, get in there. You go sign that check there. Let's get that check signed and sealed. Yes, what we'll do is we'll scan this in with Captricity and you'll be all set. Once again, David Cohen, I thank you so much for being early and supporting the event and for doing so much for entrepreneurs. Let's hear it for Minbox, our first winner. Wow, completely exciting. All right, that's it. Everybody go get a drink and then come back in about half an hour, 45 minutes, and we'll give away another $900,000.